The Honor Magic V5 is finally making its global debut, which means it's time for another smartphone camera comparison versus the Galaxy Z Fold7 to see how these two foldable devices stack up in everyday use. Now, I know there's a lot of debate about the thinness of these two foldable devices. They are pretty close, but we're here to talk about the cameras. And I think here the Honor does come out ahead with its 50 megapixel primary camera, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and then a 64 megapixel periscope 3x zoom camera on the back. And on the front, it has a 20 megapixel selfie camera, and all of those can capture 4K video up to 60 FPS on the rear cameras. And then on the Samsung, we do have a 200 megapixel primary camera, which is pretty impressive, but then a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 10 megapixel 3x zoom camera, and then on the front, another 10 megapixel sensor for the selfie camera. And we can get 4K video at up to 60 FPS. Now that we've gotten a closer look at the camera specs on both of these devices, let's see how they actually perform in day-to-day use. Let's take a look. For video capture, starting off with the ultra wide cameras on both of these, and then of course moving into that main sensor, always going to be the best video quality possible out of all of the cameras on here. And then from here moving into 3x on both of these devices. And just as a reminder, we do have a much larger sensor on the Honor smartphone with a periscope zoom lens rather than just a traditional zoom lens that we have on the Galaxy Z Fold7. And this here's a look at video capture from the selfie cameras on both of these devices. One thing to note, both of these do have 4K video, which is really nice. There's a lot of foldables out there still that only have 1080p video from the selfie camera, but just keep in mind, if you want to flip things around to the main cameras on the back of the phone, you can definitely do that with both of these because they are foldables. And here we go. This is now using the main camera on the back of both of these devices. You can switch to the ultra-wide cameras or even the zoom cameras if you want. Definitely don't recommend that if you're capturing video of yourself unless you want to see up your nose. But this does show you how versatile foldable devices actually are when it comes to capturing videos and photos of yourself. If you are looking for a device mainly intended for vlogging, or if you're doing a lot of social media, these are definitely something that you should be looking at just because of the versatility that they offer.
Now this here should be a good test for noise reduction on both of these devices to see how they isolate the voice of somebody captured in the video as opposed to the sound of the waves crashing in the background. Switching from one device to the other, you should be able to tell the difference there. So let me know which one in the comments comes out ahead.
Fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. Ring of fire, ring of fire. I fell in.
Well, now that it's dark outside, it's time for some low light photo and video samples with both of these devices to see how they perform when lighting conditions aren't really ideal. And right now we're starting off with the selfie camera, which as you can see from both devices really isn't that good. But I'm gonna flip things around to the main camera on the back of both of these since I can use the cover display since this is a foldable device. So let's see what that looks like right now. And right off the bat here, I'm sure you can tell the difference immediately as I made that switch from the selfie camera to the main cameras on the back of both of these phones. But also just remember, you can use the ultra wide camera, which I'm going to switch to right now. And now bumped out to that ultra wide camera as well. And as you can see, this is also better than what you can get out of that selfie camera. So if you're ever looking to capture video of yourself in low light situations, make sure you open the phone up and use the cover display to frame yourself.
Now when it comes to video capture in low light situations on both of these devices, starting off with the ultra wide doesn't look too bad here. Moving into that main sensor, of course, this is always going to be the brightest one out of all of them. And then if you do want to zoom in a little bit more, going to the 3x telephoto on both. And while the Honor device looks a little bit darker than what it should, to the naked eye, based off of the scene here, it is a little bit darker, but the Samsung is really much brighter than what it should be in this situation. As you can see, there's a lot of grain there in the shot. So let me know which one you prefer. And that's going to do it for the smartphone camera comparison between these two devices. So let me know in the comments which one you think comes out on top. And if you want to see my blind camera comparison between the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and the Pixel 9a, check out this link right over here. I think you're going to like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.